I'm the CEO of Business Continuity Plan Ltd. And why business continuity? You guys understand the continuity of organizations, right? So I have 8 years experience with Deloitte and Touche, Rwanda and Nigeria. My accent is Nigeria, right? Yeah. And I spent 5 years in Nigeria with Deloitte Nigeria, 3 years with Deloitte Rwanda. And I was exposed a lot in telco, banking sector. I was a teaching assistant in the US for corporate governance and mergers and acquisitions. Do you know how to merge companies? Do you know how to split them? So it's very exciting. So I was a teaching assistant for mergers and acquisitions, corporate fraud. Do you know how to do fraud? Please is bad. So corporate fraud is against actually fraud. We have a lot of things to share, and I was a teaching assistant for corporate governance, good governance. So now back to Rwanda, I worked for Access Bank and then came up with my company, which was more of continuity of organization. Can we start an idea and continue? What are the gaps? So we are there to support the gaps. Basically, why am I excited to be here is because I keep writing and writing strategies for companies. So I don't write books, but I write a lot of business plan, strategic plan, and I'm happy to fit in every sector. I can easily understand your business idea and come up with a beautiful strategy for you. But how did it come up? It didn't come up in one day. It was more of reading and reading. That is why I'm so excited to be here. Reading, doing a lot of research, and Deloitte had exposed me in research, but it's more of personal, also willing to go further and to know more and a lot. By the way, by the time I went to Deloitte Nigeria, I couldn't speak English. Do you believe that? I was speaking French only. Yeah. So I didn't learn English from anybody, any school, but I had to fit at Deloitte. It was through reading, hard working. I could sleep in the 5 years in Nigeria. I could sleep like 3 or 4 hours. But the rest was more of research, building myself, making sure I become someone. So that is why I can't tell you how excited I'm here to tell the young guys in Rwanda that you can make it from nowhere. You can make it. So I write business plan and strategies, and I teach, I lecture in English, right? How come? How did I get all those technical words? Okay, though I finally went to the US for my MBA, I was really excited to go and sit in an English school, right? Sitting in an English school, but then it was at a high level. You can't tell a professor at Brandeis in Boston to start teaching you how to write a sentence, right? So it's through research, reading, and at the end of the day, you cannot go and apply to be a teaching assistant in the US where you are studying, and you now say, I want to study how to write a paragraph. So it's more of you building yourself, and you are the best teacher of yourself. You just have to set the target. Where do I want to go, right? You know, a lot of kids that went to beautiful schools, most of them don't pass or don't succeed. Why? They don't keep up with the pace, right? But as someone that went from far remote in a kind of school and terrible school, does what? Put all the effort because he's trying to say, I want to be a leader one day. By the way, I never thought that I'm going to teach, but I felt like it was mandatory for me to transfer the knowledge, right? That is why when I came from the US, I had to transfer the knowledge. It was just mandatory, right? So now, how can we get to the point where we have to share after you have worked so hard? there is nothing exciting like sharing. I came to understand that the best thing you can give is what you can give to your neighbor, because your son and your daughter and your sister is not yet ready. But if I can transfer it to my neighbor, then by the time my daughter and my son are growing, then we catch up with the neighbor, right? So don't think that actually the knowledge you are having in doing research, in reading, should be yours. It should be ready to transfer for the generation. Thank you very much. As I told you, I read a lot of ebooks. So what we've been talking about here is more of reading, but reading with strategies. Whatever, if I show you, I still keep what I learned in secondary school as English, but those were like just scattered words that, by the way, if you see them, it is crazy. So when I went to Deloitte, Nigeria, I started kind of linking them so that they become a sentence. So for me, coming up with a sentence was an issue. Now, what is very important here is more of reading. But reading starts from the early age. Unfortunately, we are catching up when we are old, but it's never late. It's never late, depending on the target you want, what you like. If I like medicine, because me, I love business, so even her idea is more of business for me. Anything that I see and anybody that I see business.